So one of the things that I am seeking to do with my classroom library, or eventually is going to be my house library, is I am seeking to buy books that I've lost and I love them and I want to keep up with them. So one of the books that I have lost, and it will not go back into my regular library unless I talk about it and the child wants to talk about it, is The Beast by Walter D. Myers. This is the best book that he has written. I'm gonna read the back of it. It was funny. I had been away for only a few months from the place I had spent almost all my life, and suddenly it was ahead of me, like a shadow on a cracked concrete sidewalk, mimicking my every move. So the reason why I love Beast, and I'm just gonna read the inside of it for you. Anthony Spoon Witherspoon knows about the Beast. It roams in the labyrinth streets of Harlem, preying on dreams. Spoon's new life at the Connecticut prep school feeds his dream of going to college, but Gabby, the beautiful poet he's left behind in Harlem, has no such sustenance. Gabby Spoon's first true love now sleeps with a needle by her bed. Spoon's battle to save Gabby's challenges his own feelings about the community and the girl, and were once his whole world. In a hauntingly passionate story, acclaimed author Walter D. Myers shows us dreams and loves, however fragile, means everything when you are fighting the beast. So pretty much what I love about this book, you have the main character again, Spoon, who loves basketball. Hey, Kayla. He loves basketball, but then his girlfriend, he's away at this prep school, and he realizes that his girlfriend is addicted to heroin. So that's why it's called The Beast. She's struggling with the beast. I just remember it being very raw. This is one of my favorite books by Walter Z. Myers, and I want to make sure that I have this back in my library. There are other books that he has written, but this is like on the list of 5, this is number 1. As you can see, it's not a long read at all, but again, he loves basketball, doing well in basketball. I want to say he could be going to the NBA, or he's close to it. So as a result, he's trying to focus on his work and but he wants his girlfriend to get better and he wants to help her. The next book that I had in my library, and it didn't come back when kids check stuff out. A lot of my stuff I'm keeping at home. And if I talk about it and the kids, so they want to check it out, I'll give it to them, but I'm going to keep better track of it. Kimani True had a group of books that they published on different topics, different subjects, different authors. Some of these authors branched off and had their own series within Kimani True. These two are my ultimate favorites. They're both historical fiction books. You have Belle. The original Belle had a different cover to it. Then you had Beverly Jenkins, Josephine. In both stories, you learn more about, that's when I learned about how you can be free. And people, the slave hunters, didn't care if you were free or not. They sold you back into slavery. And I was told that's what 12 years of slavery is about. And Belle, if I'm not mistaken, she escapes as a slave and she ends up living with Josephine's family. And she ends up falling in love with one of the brothers. And the story, you learn so much about the slave trade, how people escaped, how people would poison themselves to the point that you thought they were dead in a casket. And when they would get to the destination they were trying to get to, people would work with them and, revive them, so to speak. And I know I'm not saying this exactly right, but just how people would escape slavery. And you learn more and more about the Underground Railroad between these two books. And Belle, as a result of slavery, she's trying to find herself. She's trying to develop herself, take care of herself, and she ends up falling in love with the family, the son, who she's living with. Josephine is in that family, and Josephine already knows she does hair, I own my own shop. And this is when slavery was still going on, I think in the South. I want to say this is the first time I learned about Juneteenth in these novels. So these are historical fiction where the characters are not real, but the events around it are real. And she's 17 again. She's been to college. She does hairdressing. And then she finds everyone wants her to be in love, and there's this guy named George. And I'm just going to read the back of this. Adam Morgan has always been Casanova, and no girl is immune to his charm. But when he comes home wounded from the war between the states, it's a girl he used to call Pest who's turning his head. All grown up, JoJo is being courted by another soldier, and Adam knows it would be foolish to play with her heart. So even so, he can't get the headstrong lady off his mind. For her part, JoJo can't deny her feelings growing for Adam. But he's always been such a flirt. He can't possibly be serious about her. Besides, she has George fallen all over himself to please her. And as the war rages on, Adam's feelings for JoJo grow stronger, but JoJo's determination to resist him does too. One thing that is clear, though, JoJo's a girl who always gets what she wants, sometimes in spite of herself. I love this book. Like, matter of fact, I might just reread it in the midst of me reading all the other stuff that I'm supposed to be reading. But I love the story that developed. I think what I loved about Josephine more than I loved about Belle, Josephine had this sense of independence, and she was determined. Number one, I don't have to be married. I don't know why y'all pushing this on me, but she knew that's what was expected of her. So you have Adam and you have George, and it's a matter of, is she going to end up being with George, or is she going to end up being with Adam? But what I loved about it, she was very, I wouldn't say stubborn, she was determined. I'm still going to be successful. I'm still going to have my own hair. I'm going to have my own shop and do hair. Belle, she was coming into herself. She's learning life after slavery. What am I going to do with myself? How am I going to develop myself? While also being open to, if I'm not mistaken, Daniel. Okay. So again, Belle Palmer is finally free, separated from her father, and Harry escaped. Belle is lost and alone. She ends up living with his family. And then Daniel Best is engaged to the prettiest, if not little spoiled girl around. So when the Bedraggle girl, his parents, take under their wings, suddenly turns to a vibrant, lovely young woman, his attraction to her is complete. So here in this one, Daniel has already engaged to someone else, but then he ends up falling for Belle. And will he end up breaking up off this engagement, or is he end up going to be with Belle, or is he going to stay with the woman that's not really for him, but Belle is? So both of them are beautiful love stories, but it's also about these women. With Josephine, she knows who she is. She knows what she's trying to be, but yet deal with the love story. But then you have Josephine over here. I mean, Belle, I don't know if I want to do this, and I'm still learning myself, and she wants to know where her father is. But you learn a lot about the Underground Railroad. You learn about Juneteenth. You learn a lot about African American history in both of these novels while learning about a beautiful love story. So again, this is Belle by Josephine Jenkins. Beverly Jenkins. I said Josephine. I'm sorry. And this is also by Beverly Jenkins. Josephine, Belle. Check it out.